And man cannot be reconciled until the price of sin is paid. And what is the price of sin? Death. The wages of sin is death. What is death? Separation. And somebody says, what about physical death? Physical death was as a result of spiritual death. Man was supposed to live forever. Man was supposed to live forever and ever. But when man was separated from God, you find out that the first man was Adam. Adam lived for thousands of years after the fall. Now, it will interest you to know that God didn't create Adam today and Adam sinned tomorrow. Adam must have lived for eons of years before the fall. Somebody says, what do you mean? He lived in eternity. Adam lived in eternity before the fall. He lived eternity. And you know, when you live in eternity, time passes. If eternity is brought to time, it could be eons of years. So it was within that span that Adam fell. Now, it was after the fall of Adam that time kicked in. Time kicked in. And when time kicks in, age kicks in. I'm teaching here. Yeah? When time kicked in, age kicked in, and Adam lived for close to 9,000 years or something. I'm not accurate with my details, but he lived for quite a lot of years, 900 years or something. He lived very long. Why? Well, at that time, physical death was still strange to humanity. Why? Because man just left eternal life. He just left eternity. So it took time for natural death to come on man. But over the years, because man has become a master in sin, man has also become a master in physical death. That's why even babies in the womb die. Babies in the womb die. 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, they die. Because death has mastered man. So now the lifespan of man because of sin has been cut short. That's why people die young. People don't live long. That's why when people live for 100 years or 120 years, it is historic. They are celebrated. That's strange, because in the beginning it was not so. But the wages of sin is death, separation. And when man is separated from God, eventually he dies physically. Teaching good. He said, you were dead in trespasses and sins, but even in that state, you walked according to the course of this world. You were walking, but you were dead. You were dead. Means anything could just delete you. Mosquito could bite you and you die. Bicycle could push you and you die. Man did not have second-hand value. Man became a destitute. Total destitute. So when God looked at the human race and couldn't find anybody that had the moral justification to pay for man's redemption, God advised himself and said, well, since I believe in man, and since I want man, and since man is my project, I'm not going to let my project get wasted. So God said, I know what I'm going to do, because I am God. I am going to walk out of myself and put on humanity and come to earth as a man on behalf of man and pay the price for man to be redeemed. That's why we're celebrating Easter. We're celebrating resurrection. God became a man to save man. Jesus is God trapped in flesh. Jesus is God trapped in matter. Jesus is the love of God packaged in humanity. The love of God packaged in humanity. For God so loved the world that he gave. Jesus is God's gift to man. Jesus is God packaged in flesh, expressing how much he loves man to man. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us. Jesus is the love of the Father expressed. Jesus is the love of the Father expressed towards mankind. When you think of Jesus, think of God's love.